Talk about it.
Little tip for the road. If there's a free breakfast, you get your ass out of bed and you eat it. Like, even if you're dying tired, like so tired. My eyes are barely open. I've managed to eat all this. Maybe pan out. Just kidding. So it's Matt's.
Yay!
They do have like a anytime there's like a make your own station, or where they make it for you, where it's called ready to order. I got a chocolate chip waffle. Like, I'm not gonna pass that up for like 20 minutes of sleep. So I just basically barely stay awake and keep my glasses on. I kind of just sleepwalk through food. I brush my teeth, put my mouth guard in, then I pretend like this never happened, and I go back to sleep. And I start my day fresh but full in the morning. Important road trip tip.
Yeah, so I'm back in bed following the continental breakfast. Gonna get some more sleep. I just informed Lisa that she's in charge of time management today, so we have somewhere we're trying to make it to. It closes at 5 today. That's about 4 hours away. We also have late checkout at about 1 o'clock, so we'll see if we leave in time to make it there.
I don't know, for some reason when I think Kansas is what I think of, like that giant silo or whatever they're called.
What do you think they got in there, Lisa?
I don't know.
What do they got in that
Corn.
thing?
That reminds me of The Amazing Race. Like, there's those things. Remember that challenge?
Oh, yeah. You want to stop and want me to hide a clue in there for you real quick?
That would be kind of awesome. I probably wouldn't argue with you if you want me to do that.
You could do that.
And I've literally seen about like 50 churches. There's like nothing but churches.
Kansas, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, Kansas and gun ranges. Those are the two things I keep seeing.
You mean churches and gun ranges?
What did I say?
I keep seeing Kansas and gun ranges. Yep, it's Kansas, baby. It's Kansas, all right. There it is, Kansas. I think we are in Kansas anymore.
We currently have over 2,100. I think it's actually more than that, but we'll go with 2,100 bricks. You can buy a brick in the gift shop for $65. There are 25 characters and spaces. One of our more famous bricks is Liza Minnelli's brick right there. She was Judy Garland's daughter.
What? That's awesome.
Right here we have the hair receiver. It's where they saved their hair. Because when I say they used everything, they used everything. From their hair, they could make trinkets like jewelry or wigs. That's how they got their buns so full. Or they can make lovers' knots, pictures, or hairnets. Right here's the diffuser cabinet. It's named for the company that made them. There's 10 here, here, and in here. Right here's where you store your baked bread. The tins to keep bugs and mice out. But what would happen is Auntie Anne would be laying in her bed in the middle of the night and hear the story, telling her mice have gotten into her bread.
Ugh.
And there's a built-in sifter. Yes, and it's also practical because it helps sift out the bugs. Right here is lye soap. They would make it themselves. This is from ashes and animal fat, like lye. And then it's kind of stinky. This one doesn't smell anymore because it's really old. And it's known for a rough texture. That's why they kind of make jokes in westerns that they're pink skinned, because it's really rough. And this is what you would use to wash and to wash your clothes.
I'm starting to see why Dorothy ran away. Come on, grab your stuff.
Very nice. In the farm pantry, we have tin cans and glass jars. In my opinion, we have too many tin cans. It's not really as prevalent as you would think looking at our pantry, but because they do more canning. Of course, we're also including everything from 1900 to 1930 is the era we're talking about. So that could be run into the cellar, callers, kids, Indian, Uncle Henry, let me in! But nobody can hear her, so she runs to her room, and that's when it happens. The windowsill flies open and bonks her in the head, and she falls asleep. And when she wakes up, she's somewhere over the rainbow. and asks her, "Are you a good witch or a bad witch?" And Dorothy's like, "I'm just a girl from Kansas." But it turns out Linda's asking because Dorothy's house fell the Wicked Witch of the East. And her sister shows up and wants to know who killed my sister. But it turns out the Wicked Witch is really concerned about the ruined slippers. And before she can get those slippers though, Linda pops them onto Dorothy's feet. And the Wicked Witch flies away with a warning to Dorothy, "I'll get you, my pretty Indian little dog, too." And then the witches come out to celebrate. You'll see the Lie-Bye babies. The lollipop field up there. The mayor shows up, and the coroner presents Dorothy with a certificate of death. But as great as this celebration is, Dorothy just wants to get home to Kansas. So they tell her she has to go see the Wizard of Oz, and to get there, she'll follow the Yellow Brick Road. So today we're going to recreate Dorothy's journey and go see the wizard, follow the Yellow Brick Road. Are we ready?
This is awesome.
As you pass, you'll see a little Munchkin's house. So we're off to see the wizard.
Amazing. That dude.
Wait, look! The Wicked Witch of the West shows up and starts throwing fireballs at him. And poor Scarecrow, he catches a fire. So Tin Man takes his hat off and puts the fire out. At the rate, the Wicked Witch flies away and they're able to continue on their journey. The lions and tigers and bears, oh my! Lions and tigers and bears, oh my!
Emerald City.
Then they get to the door, and Dorothy rings the bell, and the doorman comes out, "Can't you read?" And Dorothy's like, "Read what?" And so he puts out a sign that says, "Bell out of order, please knock." And Dorothy's like, "Okay." And she knocks. And the doorman's like, "That's more like it. How can I help you?" And Dorothy replies, "I'm here to see the wizard." And the doorman laughs. "Nobody sees a wizard, not even me, not happen to know how." But Dorothy says, "Linda sent me and I have the ruby red slippers." "By golly, that's a horse of a different color," he says, "so come on in." And right there you see a horse of a different color.
It's changing colors.
Yeah.
And the four friends, you guys ready?
Really cool.
So the four friends enter this big dark room and all they hear is this big booming voice that says, "Come forward, who are you? I am the great and powerful Oz." And so Dorothy's like, "Please sir, it's Dorothy. Your promise is to send me home if I brought you the Wicked Witch's broom. Here's the broom, sir. Please keep your promise." And he thanks her and tells her to come back tomorrow. But she's like, "Please sir, you promised." And that's when Toto pulls back the curtain and reveals there's no Wizard of Oz and he has no power. It's just a man behind the curtain. But he's a pretty nice guy and he's going to get Dorothy home in his hot air balloon.
So, Lisa, what do you think of your trip to the land of Oz?
It was wonderful.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
I don't think I can keep this voice up for very long.
I don't think I can either.
This is crazy, you guys. We're in Liberal, Kansas at like the wackiest, most insane Dorothy's House Museum ever. We took tons of footage. We took a tour. There was a weird guy on our tour. We'll talk about that later, maybe. What else, Matt? You say stuff.
Oh, say stuff. It's really, really cold out here.
It's really cold, and we're like in a borderline sandbox, but we'll do it, you guys, for the entertainment.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Hey, you guys, we made it. We're in Liberal, Kansas at Dorothy's House and Museum. This is the only Dorothy statue approved by the museum. I was told there are some fake ones in town. This is the only approved one. It runs on solar energy, so it will play tunes, but not on a cloudy day like today, unfortunately. It does nothing, as she showed us. I don't know which one to push, but it doesn't work. Anyway, the tour was bananas. We basically heard it's this woman's lifelong dream to remake Oz. So, and there's a warehouse over there, and this exhibit started at a local mall. It was there in the 80s for several years, and then they decided to move it here, and they made it with all recycled materials, and they're calling it folk art. So it's pretty crazy. Some things I noticed. Dorothy seems to change ages quite a bit. In some of the parts of the exhibit, she looks like a teenager. In some parts of the exhibit, she looks like a mannequin, like an adult mannequin in a store. Toto also changes sizes a lot. Noticed that too. But the thing I can't stop thinking about, you guys, is there was a guy on our tour. It's me and Matt. We all know how weird I am. But there was also a random dude on our tour. And he was really bent out of shape because there wasn't an official Dorothy today. We had just a normal tour guide. And he literally made the comment, well, he's going to have to come back again when there's a Dorothy to show him around. Just a heads up on this guy. He's just like a white guy, like about 35. Looked normal until I heard him talking about that. And Matt heard him say, I'm going to send my parents a postcard because I'm an hour and a half away from home. You guys, I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight. Like, who is this guy? I kind of need more info. But I'm really glad we came here. I think this is the weirdest place we've been so far. It was bizarre and awesome. And I tricked Matt into getting a flying monkey pin. What?
Hey gang, we just couldn't drive through Texas without stopping off for a little authentic Texas barbecue. So here we are in Pampa, Texas, having a little Dyers. Check it out. Look at this meat selection. What do we have here? We have pork, we have ribs, and what else did we get? What's this?
Brisket?
Oh, wait, this is wrong. Oh, brisket, pork, and ribs. Oh my. Quite a spread. Texas toast.
Heard those people are talking about food too much. I mean, this is pretty exciting.
Let's eat.
Is this going to hold up to Carolina barbecue? What do you think?
Oh, no way. Stamey's still best barbecue on the planet. Stamey's Barbecue, Greensboro, North Carolina. Check it out sometime.
So I'm not sure if you can see, but there are the craziest red blinking lights. Oh, there you go. I literally thought either I was going insane or, oh, yeah, that was a good one. Or, I don't know, I thought I was going insane. That was my top guess. Oh, there, that was good. See those crazy red lights? I just looked it up. Apparently that's some sort of, what did I say, Matt?
Wind turbines.
Wind turbines, exactly. Are just all around here, and at night you can't see them, so they obviously, so for some reason they're lit up red. Like, I thought we were about to be under alien invasion or something, but no, just turbines. Not as interesting. But that's the answer. Alright.